African sugarcane borer. These tiny but mighty insects might be small, but their impact on the natural world is anything but. Welcome, young explorers, to another fascinating adventure with fun animals for kids, where today, we dive into the remarkable world of the African sugarcane borer. Have you ever wondered what tiny creatures might be living inside the sugarcane that makes your favorite sweet treats? Well, today we will explore one of the most interesting insects for kids to learn about, the African sugarcane borer. The African sugarcane borer is actually a type of moth, but most people never see the adult moth. Instead, they might notice the damage caused by the caterpillars or larvae as they tunnel through sugarcane plants. These small but determined creatures are famous in the farming world, though not always for good reasons. Let's start our learning adventure by exploring what these fascinating insects look like. African sugarcane borers begin their lives as tiny eggs, usually laid on the leaves of sugarcane plants. When they hatch, they become small caterpillars with cream-colored bodies and brown heads. These caterpillars are the stage that gives them their name borers because they literally bore or tunnel into the sugarcane stalks. The caterpillars of the African sugarcane borer grow to about 1 inch long. They have strong jaws that can chew through the tough outer layer of sugarcane plants. Once inside, they create long tunnels as they eat their way through the sweet, juicy interior. This is where these animals spend most of their lives, hidden away inside plants. Young explorers, imagine being so small that you could live inside a piece of sugarcane. For these tiny wild animals, that's normal life. The inside of the sugarcane becomes their home, their food source, and their protection from predators. After several weeks of munching and growing, the caterpillars transform into pupae. During this stage, they undergo an amazing change called metamorphosis. This is one of the most fascinating educational topics for kids learning about insects. The pupa stays hidden inside the sugarcane stalk until it emerges as an adult moth. The adult African sugarcane borer is a small, straw-colored moth with a wingspan of about 1 inch. These moths are mostly active at night, which makes them difficult for humans to spot in the wild. The female moths can lay hundreds of eggs in their short lifetime, usually placing them on sugarcane leaves where the cycle will begin again. Now let's explore where in the world these interesting creatures live. African sugarcane borers originally came from Africa, as their name suggests. They are found throughout many parts of sub-Saharan Africa where sugarcane grows. The warm, tropical climate provides the perfect conditions for these insects to thrive. However, African sugarcane borers have also spread to other parts of the world where sugarcane is grown. They have become established in parts of Asia, the Caribbean, and South America. These tiny travelers have quite literally gone around the world, carried along with shipments of sugarcane plants. The habitat of the African sugarcane borer is quite specific. They need sugarcane plants or related grasses to survive. Imagine vast fields of tall, green sugarcane plants swaying in the breeze under the hot tropical sun. These lush plantations become home to thousands of these tiny borers. The plants provide everything these insects need: food, shelter, and a place to reproduce. Let's talk about what African sugarcane borers eat. As their name suggests, these caterpillars primarily feed on sugarcane. They have specialized digestive systems that allow them to break down the fibrous plant material and extract nutrients from it. They particularly love the sweet, sugar-rich center of the sugarcane stalk. Besides sugarcane, these adaptable insects can also feed on other related grass plants like corn, sorghum, and rice. This ability to eat different types of crops makes them very successful at survival, even when their preferred food isn't available. Communication among African sugarcane borers happens mostly through chemical signals. The female moths release special scents called pheromones that attract male moths for mating. This invisible communication system works amazingly well, allowing moths to find each other even in the dark of night. When it comes to reproduction, female African sugarcane borers can lay between 300 and 600 eggs during their short adult life. The eggs are typically laid in groups on the leaves of host plants. After about a week, tiny caterpillars hatch and immediately begin looking for a place to enter the plant. Their survival instinct is incredibly strong from the moment they're born. The life cycle of the African sugarcane borer is a perfect example of complete metamorphosis, one of the most amazing natural processes for kids to learn about. From egg to caterpillar to pupa to adult moth, each stage looks completely different from the others. This entire cycle can be completed in just 30 to 40 days in warm weather, which means these insects can produce multiple generations in a single year. African sugarcane borers have developed some impressive survival skills. Their habit of living inside plants protects them from many predators and harsh weather conditions. By hiding inside the sugarcane stalks, they stay safe from birds, spiders, and other insects that might want to eat them. However, these borers do face threats from certain specialized predators. Various types of wasps have evolved to hunt them, using their long, egg-laying tubes to reach the caterpillars even inside the sugarcane stalks. Some of these wasps even lay their eggs inside the caterpillars, and when the wasp larvae hatch, they eat the caterpillar from the inside out. Nature can be both fascinating and a little scary, even for such small creatures. The relationship between African sugarcane borers and humans is complicated. For farmers who grow sugarcane, these insects can be serious pests. When African sugarcane borers tunnel through sugarcane stalks, they weaken the plants and reduce the amount of sugar that can be harvested. This affects the livelihoods of farmers and can impact the production of sugar worldwide. Scientists have been studying these insects for many years to find ways to manage them without harming the environment. One exciting approach involves introducing natural predators that specifically target the borers. This method is called biological control, and is a more environmentally friendly way to protect crops than using chemical pesticides. Did you know that African sugarcane borers play an important role in scientific research? Scientists study these insects to better understand pest management, insect behavior, and even climate change. By monitoring when and where these borers appear, researchers can track changes in temperature and rainfall patterns over time. Here's a fun fact for our young explorers. Despite their small size, African sugarcane borers are incredibly strong for their size. If humans had the same strength relative to body size, we could lift cars over our heads. The jaws of these caterpillars need to be powerful enough to chew through the tough outer layer of sugarcane stalks. Another interesting fact about these insects is that they're experts at adapting to new environments. Whenever sugarcane farming has spread to new regions around the world, these determined borers have often found ways to follow along, showing just how resilient wild animals can be. The ecological importance of African sugarcane borers might not seem obvious at first. After all, they're often considered pests. But in their native habitats, they help break down plant material and are part of the food chain, providing meals for birds, bats, and beneficial insects. Every creature, no matter how small, has a role to play in nature's big picture. In some African cultures, the appearance of these borers in fields has traditionally been used as a signal for when to begin certain farming activities. Indigenous knowledge about these insects and their life cycles has been passed down through generations, showing the cultural significance of even the smallest creatures in our world. Young explorers, learning about animals like the African sugarcane borer, helps us understand how all living things on our planet are connected. Even tiny insects that we might never see can affect the food we eat, the jobs people have, and the health of our environment. This is why educational videos for kids about all kinds of animals are so important. The story of the African sugarcane borer teaches us that size doesn't determine importance. These small insects have traveled the world, influenced farming practices, inspired scientific research, and played a role in ecosystems across several continents. They remind us that every creature, no matter how small, has a fascinating story worth telling. As we wrap up today's adventure on fun animals for kids, remember that our world is full of amazing creatures waiting to be discovered. The African sugarcane borers and countless other animals have incredible adaptations, behaviors, and stories that make learning about them so exciting for kids. We hope you've enjoyed this trending educational journey into the world of these tiny but mighty insects. Our YouTube channel is dedicated to bringing you more fun, short, and fascinating stories about animals from around the world. There are so many more wild animals waiting for us to explore together. Young explorers, keep your curiosity alive. Continue learning about the amazing animals that share our planet. And don't forget to subscribe to Fun Animals for Kids for more exciting adventures into the animal kingdom. Tell your friends and family about what you learned today, and join us next time as we discover another incredible creature from our wonderful world. Until our next adventure together, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep having fun with animals.